Ma'am, please state your full name for the record.
Gertrude Eunice Barley. Just call me Granny Gert. I was here once before in 61. Hasn't changed much.
Is that so? I've only been here a few months. What brought you down here in 61?
My husband's pickup truck. What's so darn funny, young man?
Very sorry, ma'am. I apologize. I meant, why were you here at the station?
One day, while Pops, that's what I always called my husband, was out fishing. I was out in the barn, and I heard the ladder hit the house. Darned if I didn't see Ned from next door going up the ladder. Figured he was going to break in. So I grabbed my wheelbarrow, and I ran right out there, ramming at full speed, straight into the ladder.
Are you serious?
Am I smiling? I caught the culprit right there in the wheelbarrow. He ended up breaking both his legs. Made up some crazy story about getting the cat off the roof.
Was there a cat on the roof?
Yes, but that's besides the point. Marmalade was always on the roof. And then that man had the nerve to press charges. Well, I showed him, and I pressed charges right back.
I'm almost afraid to ask what happened next.
Pops threatened to give Ned a whooping if he didn't drop the charges. Made me drop them too. Said it wasn't neighborly. So in the end, I nursed Ned back to health, and he married my daughter the following spring.
So Ned's your son-in-law now?
Yes, sir. They raised a couple of boys, too. Daryl and Quentin. Daryl's a spiral-eyed loser. But my Quentin's a taxidermist. Got just about every creature known to Texas represented in my living room.
That's great, Granny Gert. Now, how did you know about Buddy Edmonds?
That half-wit was a liar and a cheat and a thief, and many other things a good Christian woman would never say out loud. I'm glad he's dead. And once they stick him in the ground, I'm fixing to go straight down to Hanson's cemetery and dance on his grave.
Whoa! What did he do to get you on the warpath?
Well, for one thing, he swindled his way into buying a big chunk of my land for me dirt cheap. Had the gall to tell me straight in my face that it wasn't worth a plug nickel. Old Pop would turn over in his grave if he knew. Afterwards, I found out it was worth a fortune. He also sold me a rust bucket Plymouth that broke down before I even got it around the corner to my house.
You must have been right mad about that.
I sure as shootin' was.
I hear you make some mean homemade illegal whiskey.
Darn straight. You want some?
No, ma'am. I'm good.
You gonna arrest me for it?
Not at this time. I'm asking because there was a jug of it at the crime scene.
Deputy, lots of people in these parts drink my whiskey.
That may very well be true. But I'm thinking the reason we found a jug of it over at Buddy's was you personally brought it over, under the guise of forgiveness. But it was all a setup. And then when he least expected it, you took all that feisty anger of yours and whacked him over the head. Admit it, Granny Gert. We read the letter.
I never get involved in no killings. I put that letter on Buddy's front porch yesterday morning.
Granny Gert, where were you between 7:45 and 8:15 last night?
Had some business to attend to. For some neighbor ladies.
What kind of business?
None of your business.
Well, you see, actually, it is.
I was making a case of whiskey for Amy Baldwin and her sister. She came by for it just before 8 o'clock. They down that stuff like gas guzzlers on a road trip. Don't arrest them for it.
The Baldwin sisters, huh? I think you're lying, Granny Gert. Don't leave town.
As if I could, anyway, in that piece of crap Buddy sold me.